Hi guys, welcome to the podcast. I'm Cooper.
I'm Christian.
We're on episode 8, titled "Look Out, Kaiju." We can change that, but I thought that was pretty cool.
I don't know.
I think it's kind of like an homage to like the Godzilla movies, where it's like, oh God, Godzilla, Godzilla.
You're acting like that's like a bad thing to say or something.
No, it's just they're screaming in terror. They're like, oh no, a monster. Like, I'd be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you?
No, I'm really cool. I wouldn't be afraid.
Then again, I wouldn't point and say it's a monster.
Yeah.
I'd run for my life.
Yeah, I don't think I'd say anything. I think I'd probably pee myself and run.
Probably just like accept it and die.
Lay down on the ground.
Well, yeah, because I mean, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna run like 10 feet downtown and
It's gonna take one step and be next to me. Yeah, I mean that's fair.
Crush a building? Like, I think I'm gonna try to go underground, find a sewer platform, and just hide there.
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna be like a pilot in Pacific Rim or anything. I'm gonna be that bystander that gets crushed by a rock.
I'm gonna be the guy, the scientist, I'm gonna be an engineer for the Pacific Rim, so I can just stay in their bunkers.
Yeah. But so today we're doing Kaiju
movies.
But before we do that,
thank you.
You want to do small talk first?
Yeah, but I do want to say a thanks real quick.
Oh yeah.
Thank you guys for making our last episode the most viewed episode
by a lot,
by like 3 times our normal standard.
Yeah, which is crazy. I don't know what the deal was with that.
Honestly, I think it's just like because stop motion is super cool, and you also put Coraline like on the front page.
Oh yeah, it's fair.
And did you see that on our Instagram? We actually got a like from this short film like corporation called Talking Heads.
I didn't know that. No.
So they're one of the people that liked it early on my stop motion post on the page. And I was like, I went and looked them up, and I was like, dang, this is pretty cool. Like an actual like corporate, like more like I'd say like a group of crew. They make a movie called Talking Heads, and I was like, this is super dope. They're like, all I had to do is like put a hashtag on there, and like people find us. Like,
yeah, it's weird.
That's the magic of hashtags.
Oh wait, so did the corporation, they have a movie out?
I think they're working on a movie. I don't know if it's quite done yet, but it's called Talking Heads.
Yeah.
And
maybe we should reach out.
I would love to reach out and just see like if they're done.
Yeah.
Because they've been posting about like they get to go to these different like screenings.
Yeah.
Of different like I think it's like either conventions or like showings, and watch movies.
For sure.
They got to see Coraline. They got to see.
I think it would be interesting to reach out to them and see if we can't get somebody who's on the production to get on the podcast. Maybe
get some merch.
Maybe get some.
Are we gonna have merch?
We could. I'm cool with that. I don't know what we'd have.
Can we make
merch.
a goal for New Year's to have merch?
Yeah, if we have 100 subscribers.
100 subscribers, we'll start merch. So, guys, get on it.
Yeah.
Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your grandmas to start following the podcast.
Are any grandmas listening to our podcast right now? I hope not.
One.
Oh,
my grandma.
No, Mrs. Ford and Mrs. Ford.
Actually, Miss Ford. They're
Miss Ford.
Yeah. You bring that up. Great. So, what other like things you want to talk about? Just be chill right now for like the next.
Oh yeah. So I mean,
anything cool going into your life?
I'm tired. I'm really tired today.
Wow.
Yesterday I worked a 9-hour shift, so then I got home and passed out, and then today we had an 8 a.m. So I'm running off of like steam.
I feel that way. I worked for Condo weekend. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, I assume it would have been.
I mean,
was it worse than Spider-Man weekend?
No,
I didn't think it would be.
Very. I mean,
close, right? I figure
close-ish. Maybe because I'm so used to the movies now that like I don't feel like it's a big difference. Plus, I got saved because on one of the days I just worked and did stocking all day, so I didn't have to interact with people. I did get a tip though.
Oh,
these Jamaican people, they were very nice with me, and they were just like really cool about their service, and they're like, "You're like a really good worker." I'm like, "Thank you," and they gave me like they were buying some M&Ms for like $6, and then they like gave me a 10. They said, "Keep the change." And I'm like, seriously?
That's sweet.
Thank you. Made my day. And like, so
I've gotten at the corporation that I work for,
Best Buy.
Or I don't think we're allowed to say that. I think they actually will get mad at me.
I guess I didn't say where I worked, so oops.
Regal. Anyways,
no.
I should be fine, but yeah, I have to work Black Friday and whatnot. But luckily enough, I don't have any of the super late shifts. I just work till 10.
Oh yeah, I gotta work Black Friday. I don't think my theater will be bad on Black Friday.
No, I don't think it's gonna be bad at all.
Because they're gonna
Black
be
Friday.
shopping, and we're like, unless people are just like,
I couldn't see people coming in for food or movies while they're shopping.
I could see people being like, well, there's no. I guess the only excuse would be like, well, everyone else is shopping, filling up the stores. I just want to come watch a movie.
Yeah, or people waiting for lines to open coming in. That I could definitely see that happening.
All I know is I don't have to work Thanksgiving anymore. They put me on the shift for some reason, and then I got lucky. Some friend wanted it because we would be getting paid like $20 an hour to work.
Mm-hmm. You get pay and a half.
Day and a half, yeah. And I would have done it, but I want to go back home. Most of my friends, except for, and if you're listening to the podcast, you jerk, going to New York during Friendsgiving. Okay.
Who?
Friend. You don't know. It's not Chris. It's the other one.
I don't know any of your other friends. Do you only have two?
No, I have more friends than 10.
You said Chris, it's the other one.
I only have 2 friends.
That's
secret reveal. Besides college, I got 2 friends.
Man, then you branched out a crazy amount. Because you've got like
80 new friends.
At least 1, 2,
Are you counting
3,
your room?
4 people.
At least 4 people. I can count on my hands.
Yeah, you've got at least 3 roommates, and also maybe DJ.
So like 8.
No, that's like 4. You just start breaking down. All right.
But any plans? For
Any
holidays?
actual? Yeah. So I'm gonna try to go home, I guess.
Kentucky.
Yeah. I'm worried because I have a shift at 12, so that means I'll have to wake up before 12. Like I'll have to wake up at 8 and leave.
Like on Monday?
On Friday for Black Friday.
Yes.
So I may just end up not going to Thanksgiving.
What?
Yeah, it'll be fine either way. I'll just do pay and a half.
Just talk to your worker and be like, listen.
I have.
I'm from out of state.
I have. Yeah, they know.
I'm from Kentucky, and they said, if you were from Tennessee, they don't understand, but because you're like a foreigner, they don't.
Yeah, I'm also kind of thinking about just not going from Black Friday because I don't think they're allowed to fire me. I think they have to give me a warning.
Are you not full?
Not full on part, yeah.
Okay, I don't want to go into details about that because I don't exactly know, and also
I think I work enough to be full time though.
You didn't get the uniform yet.
Actually, I should be getting my uniform soon.
I mean, maybe.
Why are you acting like
like cut the recording? I don't know.
No, that's fine.
You can. Best Buy will get you, man. They'll get you.
No, we do e-learnings and stuff. What in the world?
What's up? What's up in the world? He's got a text message from somebody. Something more important than the podcast.
Yeah, I do.
Is it your fiance?
Yes.
Okay. Well, my day is going pretty well. I went to school. I had a pretty cool photo shoot. And
did your photo shoot go well? Did you grab your cigarette?
Oh, I didn't do it because I already have my album cover photos. I was just thinking of a different idea, and other props I needed, I just couldn't get, and also you were asleep by then. I didn't want to
They could have just grabbed it. It's on my shelf.
It's okay. And also, we're talking about prop cigarettes. I don't smoke. But yeah, I mean, today was just kind of fun. I chilled. I finished my idea board. If you follow my Instagram or my personal one,
What's an idea board?
So it's like, for years I've had I have one back home, but it's like a lot like Mark 1. I have
Iron Man suits.
This is my Mark II one. Yeah. So I have like all my film ideas, whether they're like feature films or short films. But now in this one, I have it like in my room next to my bed. I have it like color categorized, like label categorized, and it's like different things from like features to short films to advertisements to trailers. It's really cool, and I also have written next to them like written and produced. So if I've written it, I can check it off. I've produced it.
I'm literally about to
steal that idea.
No, well, yeah, probably, but I'm gonna also check out your post.
Thank you.
Is it on I'm Cooper Ford? It is.
Yeah, my main. Which
I'll be honest, I thought it was gonna be bigger.
It's a pretty big poster. It's just
it probably is. I don't think the picture's doing it justice.
No, I tried to figure a filter out to make it like the words viable, but also I was like, don't steal my ideas, gang. Like, you know what you're looking at. It's cool. I was gonna post on my other account, but I was also like, I need to get some promotions on. If I promote it on this one, I'll probably get like a couple people to go over to my other account, which I did. My friend, who he does like visual stuff for his school, did that. So, you also liked my Halloween video.
Yeah, I liked everything for you.
Thank you. Any other last minute things before we jump in?
Oh man, thank you guys for watching. I mean, like, it does mean a lot. I mean, I love seeing support around the podcast.
It's big. I like it.
Yeah.
Also, we're getting so close to double digits.
It is really fun. This will be episode 8, and then 9. I think episode 10. I'm gonna try to get that filmmaker we were talking to on a podcast.
We'll also probably need to
I don't know if we've talked about it yet officially, so I don't want to.
But the guy who made because we'll do like a full episode with him, and then probably our first make it quick.
Yeah, and that'll be with Dorian Jackson.
So we're saying names now, okay?
Well, that one's fine. I just don't want to say that one because it's still up in the air.
I don't know if you discussed with me the other one.
You were there whenever we talked to him about it.
Oh, him.
Yeah,
Yes. That'd be great.
Who were you talking about?
I don't know. I was blanking. I was thinking you were thinking of like some like prominent like
Yeah.
film guy that you got like leads with.
Yeah, for sure. So we've got Mark Hamill on an episode, one of the best voice actors of our generation.
I would love to get, and if you ever find the podcast,
never.
Ryder Strong. He's a writer, producer, and director and actor. He's been in the industry for like 30 years. Great guy. He also just made a short film that was really creative. He does more smaller work. He does theater stuff, but he is just brilliant. Like, he's kind of like my new inspiration for writing and stuff. So
I need to get inspired to do something. I've been inspired. Like, I've gotten a script written down, and I have a storyboard down and all that stuff. I just have to get the motivation to do it. Honestly, it's the main thing I'm working on right now. It's
just the weather, I feel like, because like it's been so like gloomy.
Yeah, but also I love the cold weather, and that's also what I wrote the script around, was loving the cold weather and how it can kind of still connect even when it's cold. Mm-hmm. But it should be nice. I hope I can get it out soon. I have to like plan days to shoot and get a costuming and some props and stuff done. Those tombstones from the school, are those able to be rented?
If you talk to them, if you like really,
I'm sure they probably just let me borrow them.
You should get the ones that like you can paint over.
Yeah. And
you can just like customize them, because the other ones are like not as big and also like plastic.
Yeah.
So if you get the ones that are like, you can. I mean, listen, if you want use me as like an envoy to talk to whoever like does that stuff, I can probably be like, hey, rent them out or like use them and be like, we're gonna bring them back. We're not gonna like destroy them or anything.
Yeah. One thing that has inspired me is Patrick Bryce with the found footage film Creep.
Oh yeah.
Watching that really, I mean, the fact that it was made on a $500 budget, that's inspired me a lot.
Have you seen the second one?
No, not yet.
I haven't seen.
No, I've seen the second one. I take that back. It's really good.
I haven't seen either, but I have seen the VHS movies. I'm pretty sure those also had a very small budget, and those are cool.
Yeah, those are really fun. They're kind of, I don't know. It's like they were just given some money, and they're like, go ahead, do what you got to do.
Yeah, it's cool. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like when you finally find that person or that like thing that inspires you, you're like on a drive for a very long time.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, The Wish, when I made that, I was on a super big drive.
I want you to make more stuff like that. Like
yeah.
This is like one-er offers, like anthology type.
For sure. I'd like to. I want to remake The Wish. Really? I think. Yeah, I want to do it with a better cinema camera and better lights, because I didn't know how to do lighting whenever we did that.
And better monster actor.
No, I think that'd be fine. I'm going to definitely get you painted again. That'd be funny. I do love that you're like, okay. I'm just going to paint you.
I'm honestly very down to do a lot of stuff. I know that I don't have the best track record when I'm working with other people.
No. You don't have the best. Yeah, with not even stunts. It's just physical combat, which I don't know. Everyone gives you so much crap about it, but I'm the only one. But they still put you in it
because I'm the one that'll do it. Because I will do it where it looks good, but it's because I'm also actually doing it.
Yeah, it's because you're actually beating up people. I mean,
not actually. I took hey, whatever I give, I return, and that sounds bad, but I'm saying like I'll do like a light little tap on somebody. But then I'm like, listen, you can punch me in the face, and I will take it.
No. But that's also not what people want. As a director, that's a flight risk. I don't want that on set.
It's a terrible risk. But I will say that, like, sometimes you gotta get that shot.
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Like,
I'm dedicated.
How many? No, that's not what I'm about to say. It's crazy to me how like many side casualties happen.
Because of
like,
me.
I was sound on our fight thing, and you somehow hit me. You somehow like hit me across the face. I think it was because I was slow doing like one of the things for Zion.
I think anyone on our team, I've at least like tapped.
You've hit everybody. I think. Dorian, have you been hit by Cooper on set? The last shot. Oh, that's right.
But he told me to jump him. Like I was a werewolf character. Guys, listen. I have to tell y'all right now, I'm not a bad person, and the stuff I do is only because the director told me to do it. All right?
No, I don't think you're a bad person, but I definitely think that
I need to be a little more cautious.
No, I just think you're not. It's like a big dog who like thinks it's a lap dog. I feel like you just don't know your own size. Like your wingspan's huge, and like when we're setting up a scene, if we want you to be close to somebody in the shoot, like a tight shot, you have to like crouch, bend your arms and crouch, and it's awful.
And bend down, and I have to like also like or like stand like 5 feet apart.
I think you fit well in like a monster role, like the fact that you do tower over people. I think also what I'll do.
I'm always a scary figure in most of the movies.
For sure, yeah. And then Zion's always the person who does drugs, and then DJ's always like a jock of some sort.
And Kendall's just the girl.
The female
girl.
For sure.
Yeah.
I love having it. It definitely is really funny. I think she's gotten to being a better actress.
Oh no, she definitely has. Like, except for this one audio cue she did, she was like, bleh, trying to throw up.
That was me. I did that.
No, I'll say on the day it was her. Calling her out.
Well, I did the.
You did the actual voiceover.
Yeah. What Happened to the Moon? I think was so funny. I can talk about it a little bit.
It's on my YouTube playlist. Every time you guys share work, I don't know if you guys know this, I like repost it to my playlist on my channel, and it's called like My Friends Work. So it's like stuff from like your first one, I think, was like the Bigfoot Hunter. I got that one. I got everything else.
I'm very, very, very limited on what I post. I don't like posting things I don't like.
In 8 months, like on my YouTube. So I got the content. I just don't know. I want to post something like good, so I might post my New York doc.
For sure, and I really still want to see you elaborate on that short film you were making.
Holiday?
Oh man, whatever the awesome trailer was for one of them.
Oh, Irresponsible.
Yeah,
I'm trying to make that into a series.
I think you should make it a movie. Make it a feature. It's got so much energy in it.
It's so tight. I just feel like my only problem would be like the story I want to tell about it is so sporadic that if I try to put it into a movie, people would be like, I don't get it. Like, I could probably put it into a film. I'll just gotta see. I feel like if I could put it more into like 12-minute shorts and do like 8 of them, that could work out too. But
what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna get a cinema camera, so a Blackmagic, and right now I have plans. At least I'm writing a couple of things right now. I have a Christmas-themed slasher that may come out next year. And then I also have a feature that I'm working on that'll be a 1 to 2 room feature. What was that face you made?
I'm drinking. I'm also doing a short film. I'm writing a lot, though. Then again, I'm just honestly just picking and choosing. Like, my idea board is literally just stuff I've already written.
Yeah, for sure.
Part, except for features. I've just got like 10 pages on each of
them. Something else I want to do. I want to... There's a lot of things that I've made that I'm not super proud of. So, like, Brett and Josh.
What?
I like Brett and Josh.
I think the audio was just the only problem with that one.
I think that was rough. And I think some of the casting was rough. I think a lot of it had to be changed for what I wanted. And also, I want to get the script written down as an actual proper script with proper cues and stuff, and get just a cast who can like be there for multiple days of shooting. I literally shot with I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I wouldn't mind if they were in the shot again, but I would have to have like multiple days to shoot with them.
They were here for vacation.
Yeah, they were here the next day, the day after our female that we had in the shoot, Luna, she left, and then like 2 days later. My main lead, Josh, left. His name's David. His name's David.
Huh?
Yeah, Java's name is David. That's his actual name.
Gross. I don't use my real name either.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I think
it's good though. I mean, like, I do understand what you're saying. There's some stuff that I wish I could like remake, and I feel like, and now that I look at it, getting like, listen, if you're a filmmaker, do with whatever you can. Don't just like limit yourself just so you don't have the equipment.
Yeah.
But once you have like the money to get the equipment, my plan is I either want to get a red or a black magic, and I think a red is super cool for what I want to shoot.
For sure.
But
I would say the black magic though is more feasible. You could have both.
But I think the black magic does a better job when it comes to like lighting
and price.
The red, I feel like, is a better job about focusing. I feel like that's people.
It's also just a superior camera.
I have heard though that there are some issues with focusing with the black magic. It has a little bit harder time, but besides that, I think it's okay.
I mean, as long as you don't use like autofocus, it'd be fine.
Yeah, I'm a big manual person now. I was always super reliant on it my freshman year, and then now I'm just kind of like, I don't want to use autofocus. It's only one spot.
The things that I have out right now, that the only thing that I think I have that I really, really like, that I've helped like almost 100% make, is the ad that I have for the Spotify music ad with the Stranger Things theme.
That was really the one take. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was cool. I'd want to reshoot Brett and Josh. I think I want to reshoot The Wish. I might end up shooting somebody different, or if I do it with Kelvin again, I'm gonna have to have him way lower because I want you to be like huge. I want you to be way imposing on him. I almost want you to stand at full height, like he'd be at your knees. So we might have to like get some apple crates and stuff and have you be up on top of it.
I got you.
The fight's fine. I like the fight a lot. We did a really good job
as a team. Yeah,
putting like a crazy amount of production value into it.
That's when I kind of did some damage.
Yeah,
Amari, Kelvin, Zion.
But that one is kind of a team effort, so I can't take like ownership over it.
Well, I mean, I think your video was the best one though, so I'll give you full ownership.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I would say that it was probably the best because it was a parallel edit. So you guys were all competing against somebody who's edited.
I will say I think for one of them I had the best parallel edit
for sure.
I think I had the best with the
thief.
Yeah, the maker and the thief.
Yeah, that one's fine. I didn't mind my edit. I did my edit 20 minutes before class.
I want to make a small ad with the footage we got and make it like. Have you ever heard of Cutco? It's like a free shipping like knife brand, and I was like, because it's a big thing in like Memphis, obviously. But
obviously,
gotta represent the city.
Yeah.
But it's a really cool like just like thing, and I feel like I can like really quickly make like a 15-seconder with that footage, and just like Cutco. There you go, like a free ad. You're welcome.
Yeah, and I've got I mean like the dinner scene we did was fun.
That was really good.
Like on my website, I have a couple of things that I just want to like take off the website completely, but I'm gonna keep them there until I get stuff to fill them.
I say keep it. I say the work that you got, like it might not be your best, but like it's what happened. It's the past. Like it's if you erase everything that you've done before, then how are you gonna show the growth?
For sure. Yeah. So I mean, I guess I would conclude small talk. Oh, we kind of got on a tangent there, but literally, I think that's good. I'd rather have a little bit of talking points than like us talking than anything else.
Yeah, I feel that way.
Plus, it pads out our runtime a little bit, but we're already at like 25 minutes.
Hey, that helps our heft, man. But Kaijus,
yeah, we're doing big monster movies.
You wanted to do this after we did robots, because we're talking about Pacific Rim a lot, and we're going to go back to it in this movie.
Yes, I love Pacific Rim. That's
I love
my
Kaiju
favorite.
movies, because it's just like, I mean, listen, we know what we're getting into with them. They're not super complex. They're not super deep. They can have good stories, but we know what we're here for. Big monsters fighting each other and destroying stuff.
Yeah, I put on here big monsters.
Big monsters. But it's cool.
Oh my god. They come in twos.
Bless you twice.
Thank you. My entire chest is now soaked in snot.
Ugh. But I mean, the first movie I could think of, kaiju-wise, that I've seen, because I like doing this movie, like, what is your memory of them, is probably King Kong, like the 2005 one. Because one, that was like the same time I was watching like just Jack Black and like films like School of Rock and all that.
Yeah.
And my parents are like, you can watch King Kong. Or my dad was like that. My mom was like, are you kidding me? It's like a PG-13 movie. He's like 4. And my dad's like,
he's like 4.
And my dad's like, it's fine. I watch it. I'm just like
mortified at this
why
idea.
Why did the bugs eat that guy?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you watched
also,
that one.
It was a very good like mocapping, because the other King Kong movie was stop motion. We talked about it.
Yeah.
And now they went from, and also they had the best mocapper on it, Andy Serkis. He's got to be the best one, the most notable one to do mocapping for like animals or beasts or characters. And it was just also, it's a cool movie because I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan, and that one is by the same director.
For sure, yeah, and I really enjoyed the bug scene specifically. I like the fact that it takes place in during World War II, right? It's
around that time.
Yeah, it's because they're using Tommy guns from the hip, which is really fun.
Because their whole premise is like they're going to this island. Well, one of them is like there's the film guy played by Judge Ida is escaping like debt, and his old pal from like the war, I think, Adrian Brody's
the dude from The Mummy's in it, right?
No,
I thought he was in it. I don't remember his name.
Brendan Fraser?
Yeah, the new guy. The dude from The Whale.
No, he's not in it.
He's gotten like 2 or 3 awards, right, for The Whale.
I think so.
He deserves all of them.
He's
a fantastic actor.
That's my most anticipated movie for the rest of the year. Like Avatar, sure, is coming out, and Wakanda came out, but like I like indie movies a lot.
I mean, if it's getting a standing ovation, it's gonna be good.
A 6-minute standing ovation. That means it's gotta be, and it's an A24 film, so
I'm excited. It looks emotional. It looks fun. Speaking of emotional, Godzilla.
So what I do is I have all the movies, the most beneficial ones, because if I were to do it, every single Godzilla movie, we'd be here for like 10 hours because there's like 50 of them.
Yeah, and a lot of them are pretty much the same movie.
Yeah, with some like, I'm not talking about their sons or anything. I'm talking about the major ones, and then about halfway through we can do an ad break and all that. But I'm starting from like the history from 1954, Godzilla. Japanese-made director Ishiro Honda. Also, if I say these names wrong, please either correct me or just tell me.
Correct him in the comments so that we can then we can get interaction on the videos.
That'd be cool. So director Ishiro Honda, starring Akira Takarada.
Death Note.
Takarada, I think. Momoko Kochi, Akihiko Hirata. So there's the main cast. It's a 96-minute or 1 hour 36-minute long movie. Its budget was $175,000, and it made back $2.8 million in the 1950s.
Yeah, they had a lot of like full suits, didn't they?
It was so the first technically big kaiju movie is King Kong in 1933, but Godzilla was Japanese made, and this is like the new studio that made the stuff. They were like in the big lizard suits and the miniatures, and it was revolutionary for film.
Back when Godzilla could fly.
And all that. And it's just like, it was really, honestly, it was very like impactful for the movie industry. Especially after, this is only like 10 years after World War II ended. So Japan had to kind of like,
it was a morale boost.
Yeah, it was a morale boost for both the city of Japan, and also it got people interested in like foreign films. Yeah,
it's also really interesting that Japan has Godzilla and we have King Kong, and depending on where a movie airs, it depends on who wins. Because like the original King Kong versus Godzilla, I'm pretty sure at least Godzilla wins in Japan and King Kong wins in America.
That is the next one I was going to talk about is King Kong versus Godzilla. I guess quickly to wrap up the first one, Godzilla attacks Japan, and they have to figure out how to kill it, and they bomb it into the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, and it supercharges them, right?
No, he just dies.
The next movie?
In the next, yes. In the next movie, I mean, there's like other movies before it, but King Kong vs. Godzilla. Obviously, King Kong has been sitting
dormant at the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, I meant like King Kong didn't sit dormant. Godzilla did.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I thought you were saying Godzilla.
I just meant like King Kong after like he had a couple movies. He basically was like dormant for a while. Like films besides the first one.
Well, because King Kong's he's not really he's his own thing.
He doesn't really do too much.
It's not like Godzilla. He's totally different.
He has a couple films, but not that many. But yeah, so America and Japan were able to kind of spring up a thing. So the movie's called King Kong vs. Godzilla. Same director, Ishiro Honda, starring Tadao Takashima, Kenji Sahara, Yu Fujiki, and Akira Arashima.
I feel like you should stop trying to pronounce the names.
I'm gonna say them.
Okay.
I'm gonna respect. You're
gonna try. I'm
gonna give credit to these people because it's a good movie. It's an hour and 36 minutes, so it's the same length as the first one. It had a $432,000 budget, so better, and it made back $8 million.
That's pretty dope.
So it's also some fun facts. It's actually the first colored film for both monsters to be in.
Yeah. It was the mark of color TVs. That's when they started pumping them out.
Yeah, it's really
and they
cool.
made information for cameras to be able to.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Because Wizard of Oz came out like in the 30s, didn't it?
I thought Wizard of Oz was a movie that was shot on both. Am I wrong? I might be wrong. I don't know.
I might be wrong.
I'm really tired. I'm really tired.
I think I'm just making people. The Wizard of Oz did not come out in the 30s because Judy.
It's in black and white, right?
Well, it's black and white for the first like 10 minutes, and then they shoot.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I might just be thinking.
Judy Garland might have been born in the 30s, though. That's probably why, because she had a 100-year anniversary.
Yeah, let
So
me
look it up, because I don't want to be wrong about this stuff. But Wizard of Oz was a very impactful film. It wasn't the first colored movie, but it was one of the earlier ones, and especially how they used it from going from black and white to color.
It was an interesting way to make it. It was 1939.
That was movie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, makes sense. So yeah, so color, maybe they just like didn't want to do color, or also like some movie industries didn't have the stuff to make it. But this was the first film that both of them were in color, and they were fighting together.
So the actual like color TVs becoming standard for homes was 1960.
Okay, for homes, yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. I guess because like that's when TV started to be a thing. I mean, TVs were always the thing, but like at home TVs and not just radios.
Yeah, and 1954 is when color TV started being popularized.
Rad. I like that. But yeah, so Godzilla and King Kong win, and I think you're right about that thing where it's like depending on the state, or the country, it depended on like who won. But the next one, and then after that movie, there's like 7 more Godzilla movies. And like one.
Yeah, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, Godzilla versus Destroya, Godzilla versus
Ghidorah,
Gigan,
the three-headed
Ghidorah,
monster,
yeah,
King of the Monsters. And then there's like maybe 1 or 2 King Kong movies, because I know there's like a couple. Like there's a remake.
There's a lot of remakes.
There's a remake in the 70s, which is basically just the first one again,
but live action with a big old
with like a suit
monkey man.
That didn't really work. But this one, so Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, because I know you like that one a lot.
I do like that one. They take the original bones from the original Godzilla and they mechanize it, and you can see the original teeth.
I do think that
super dope.
I do think that the premise is kind of stupid. Sorry, this is your movie.
Yeah.
But it's because a scientist hates Godzilla because he was destroying their city. So he
Yeah.
built a robot to make it basically be an imposter Godzilla to destroy more cities so that they can unite the armies to kill Godzilla.
Yeah, so I mean, it makes sense to me.
It makes sense that like he wants to kill.
If you're scared of a future threat, but it's not doing anything right now, I mean, it's easier to make it public enemy number 1.
But by killing like people, I mean, I guess it's like the sacrifice. If you do it now, no one's gonna die later.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's all a morality issue. He thought he was doing right when really he was doing wrong.
It's directed by Jun Fukuda, starring Masaki Damon, Kazuya Aoyama, Akihiko Hirata. It's an hour and 24 minutes, so a short movie.
Yeah.
But it had a $1.2 million budget, definitely pumping up the things there after 20 years. But it made back $20 million.
Which is really good. It's a good turnaround.
I think with the more they make, it just becomes more like mainstream, like kind of like Marvel.
Yeah, I mean, I think this was a time where the world started realizing how good the Godzilla movies were.
Just movies in general. It's the 70s.
Yeah, so I mean, they got better and better and better and better through this time period.
But that's the last one of the Japanese films that I have. Because those, I mean, there were like other like impactful ones.
Yeah.
But like on that, there's like I said, there's like 51.
There's literally a lot of them are just movies.
I googled like what would be in the kaiju category, and there was like over 100. And I was like, but it's the cool thing was like they were like in subcategories too. There were like so many Godzilla movies, so many like I think it's called like Ghost-on or something. There's just so many like movies that I was like, these are great. I'm never gonna watch any of those because they're like all an hour and a half long. But if I ever do, there's so much content. I'm glad people like make it. But this one I do want to talk about because it's the first bad movie I feel like we have on the thing.
Oh no,
Godzilla 1998, the American Godzilla.
That's the one with the where the iguana gets.
It's like an iguana.
Yeah, radioactive.
I said it looks like a lizard.
I like.
It's not like awful. I've come to kind of like it.
It's the worst Godzilla. I'd rather watch all of the older Godzilla movies.
Well, because it's like the CGI doesn't look like it's kind of dated. The people kind of act dumb in the movie. It's directed by,
also stolen from Japan. I mean, we
I
literally.
don't even think they got their fully got the rights situated.
Well, no, it's because it's not Godzilla. It's Zilla. That is what the creature's called. It's of the Zilla race. I'm pretty sure.
It's called Godzilla, but they just call it Zilla in the movie.
Yeah. It's not a Gojira. It's literally just straight up a iguana.
It's got pretty much the same premise though. That like, and not the same premise, but like an iguana when they're doing nuke testing, it got nuked because that's like kind of the American version. I think. It was.
And it also is it gets super infused with radiation and it becomes huge,
and then it just destroys. I don't even know like what.
And then it starts trying to repopulate, and its eggs are crazy. Yeah, it had the possibility to like just straight up take over the world.
But it was cool. Like I think everything else besides the monster was cool. Like I think the army scenes were cool. The characters were kind of cool.
I mean, did you ever watch the TV show where somebody finds one of the baby ones and raises it?
I know of it, but I have not watched it.
I'm a turbo virgin for Godzilla stuff, bro.
But the director was Roland Emmerich, starring Matthew Broderick.
It had a Taco Bell meal where, it did.
Oh yeah.
And you could, it would give you a cup holder that would clip to your vent, and then you could put your cup in it, and it like created an entire scene where the monster was up on your thing. It's super dope. I love Godzilla.
This was also the most expensive one to date.
It's cause, not to date. Yeah.
But like, as of what we're speaking of in timeline, $125 million. This is when movies like the 90s and early 2000s are when they were like kind of like, let's make a movie over $100 million in America. And so they're like 125 million, but it came back with 379. So it definitely made twice its budget at least.
Yeah, but it was a critical failure.
Critical failure.
Yeah, because never made a second one. So.
And it was an iguana.
Yeah.
But next. This one's not a Godzilla movie. Monsters vs. Aliens, 2009.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to talk about Shin Godzilla. I don't know if that's on your list or not.
It's not, but I saw it and I know what it is.
It's a good movie.
Directors Rob Letterman and Conrad Vernon, starring Seth Rogen, Reese Witherspoon, Rob Letterman, the director, weird.
Oh, that's right. Seth Rogen's Bob, right?
Yep. Yeah. Rainn Wilson, the guy from The Office, and Paul Rudd. It's an hour 42 minutes long. It made its budget of $175 million and it made back $381. I like this movie a lot.
I mean, Monster vs. Alien's a classic. It's a cult classic.
Who made it? Was it DreamWorks?
It was DreamWorks, yep.
It's such
because they do the Halloween specials with Monster vs. Alien and Shrek.
It's a cool movie. I think I saw this before other films. And so I was like, also I have the McDonald's toy of the alien guy. He was kind of.
I had that forever.
He was kind of a weak part of the movie. I feel like, but like when you first see like that robot and then you have to see them like taking it on.
Yeah, I will say though, he's not a bad villain. He's just a one-dimensional villain.
Yeah,
which was very popular when the movie came out.
I mean,
the guy from the Robinsons, Meet the Robinsons and stuff. I mean, that all.
Well, I feel like he's bigger of a villain than.
He's definitely more dimensional than the alien. But also, like whenever you have an alien, you don't have to make him super dimensional.
Sometimes, like having just like a guy be a villain is enough in some movies.
Yeah, I will say, I feel like a lot of people got confused with him and Megamind.
Yes. I was kind of like they're the same
type of feel. Yeah, they're alien blue people with big heads. And that kind of sucks because now that's kind of allocated. I would say Megamind is a masterpiece of a movie comparatively.
Way better movie, but
it's a whole bunch of fun.
I mean, yeah, and I'm glad they made a TV show of it. I remember watching it on Nickelodeon, because it was just like, it was fun. I mean, like
I like seeing Ginormica, and she's trying to grapple with the fact that she's huge, and seeing how she could be dwarfed by other things like Mothra's clone, the caterpillar.
Yeah.
That's a take on Mothra.
That's cool because it turned into a moth in the end.
Yeah. Well, it just gained wings.
It's called Gigantosaurus.
Yeah, Gigantosaurus, and then
I like the roach guy like the most probably.
Yeah.
And then I think one of the funny gags is like they're like the Invisible Man is like Bob. The Invisible Man died a while ago. He's like, what? We just told you he's been sitting in the chair. Like it's such subtle, funny like humor.
Link's super fun. I just enjoy in general. Monsters vs. Alien, the entire franchise.
I like the sergeant guy. He's pretty funny. Like John Norbert.
Oh yeah, I know they made a show for it for a while.
Yeah.
I watched the show. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to the show. I think it got canceled after like a season or two, just because it was like people
watching it.
It lost relevancy after a while, and that's. I mean, I feel like some people us talking about it.
I love the Halloween.
Yeah, those are cool.
Episode.
But yeah, great movie. Pacific Rim, going back to it, the Rim.
Yeah. So the cool part about Pacific Rim,
it's Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, we have two sides of the coin. We talked about big robots before, but now we're talking about the kaiju part of it.
So yeah, we're not gonna talk about the humans at all. So the kaiju monsters.
Yeah, so
they're the heroes.
Yeah, so we have kaijus people. Like here. Let me pull up the names.
Yeah. Isn't one called like Razorhead or Knife Face?
It's Knifehead.
I remember playing
the PlayStation game where you fought them. Oh, I played that. That was super fun.
I played the iPod game.
iPod.
So it was on Apple. So it was like iPod, like the first iPhone, or even on the iPad. There's so many, dude. Do you remember that? There's games on old Apple products. Like, because I didn't have an iPhone. I was too young.
Yeah.
But there's, like, old apps that, like, people remember playing, but they don't exist anymore. Like, they're not in the store. They're not anywhere. The old Maze Runner game for the movie. It's, like, basically, like, Temple Run.
Yeah, it's Temple Run, right?
But, like, they made a whole new game for it, and, like, the things have changed. They made one about Pacific Rim where you're, like, you can fight. You can choose which robot you want to be, and you can fight them. And it basically is, like, Mortal Kombat style, but it has, like, cool effects, and you can, like, click buttons to, like, dodge attacks. It was really cool for the time, and that's maybe what got me super into Pacific Rim. I was 10 at the time, so when I saw like these really cool looking like robots fighting, I didn't care about anything else. I was like, listen, bro, this is cool.
Yeah, so like some of my favorite kaijus from this movie are like Onibaba, which is the crab one that harasses the girl and is saved by the sergeant
the flashbacks. Yeah,
it's the big crab. It literally like it goes out of its way to harass.
Fact that it's so kind of like it's scary. Like even if it's a flashback, I worry for that person's safety because she's just she's a couple steps away from just getting like crushed.
Yeah, and Martivore I think is pretty cool. He got nuked. He was the one that busted through the wall. No, he didn't get nuked. He got taken by Typhoon. I'm pretty sure. In the movie, Typhoon's the red, the red
China
one.
representatives. Yep. Yeah. Wait, are you saying like he like blew him up?
No. He didn't kill Typhoon. Typhoon killed him.
Oh, with the saw hands.
He busted through he had the axe type of head.
The saw thing. Yeah. I like the electric one.
Yeah.
That causes like the power surge.
Leatherback.
I also like the flying one.
Yeah, Knifehead's pretty cool. Of course, Leatherback is an awesome one. Itachi, or Itochi, is the winged one that had a baby, which was crazy. Slattern is that big Kaiju Threat 6 one that was
the one that's
protecting the reef.
Yeah, they were like Category 5. That's fine. Category 6.
What the heck? I like the idea of drifting to another world with through kaiju brains. I thought the movie was really well written. I really enjoyed the first one. It's literally just put on the movie for big dumb monster fights. It's so much fun.
There's some story to it, but they know what they're doing. They're like, listen, here's the hero. His brother's dead. We need to get a new person. Here's this girl who was saved by who hates the monsters. Let's go fight. And I'm like, don't waste any time. I'm glad you did.
I
like the different categories of the robots too. They also represent like the different like.
Oh yeah, the different branches. Like they also all have different fighting styles.
And also like there's different like generations. Like Gen 1, Gen 2. It's like dang.
Gypsy Danger was the oldest.
Besides the Russian one.
No, it was older. It ran completely off nuclear.
It was nuclear, but the other one was like still Gen 1, I think.
It was still Gen 1, but it wasn't nuclear. No. Gypsy Danger was the very first.
Because when the power outage came out, they were like, Gypsy's nuclear. It's like, okay, we can do it.
Yeah, I love the
radiation though from that. I'm sorry.
Radiation.
Every time they turn it on, like,
oh yeah, the pilots had cancer for sure. But
I didn't come back for the second one.
Yeah, but precursors and like the idea that this alien society lets these monsters fight, and then whoever it's literally a gladiatorial society of monsters, and whoever wins gets to be sent by the precursors and multiply, like literally
by size,
manufactured.
Yeah. Have you seen?
It's super dope.
Atlantic Rim, the spoof.
No, I haven't.
I wrote down different like ideas for podcasts. One of the ideas is just remade like spoofs movies.
Oh, like the Hungry Games and stuff.
Starving Games. It looks actually kind of cool. There's like this other like there's so many movies I just like saw that are like remakes.
I bet you I have seen this actually.
I've seen maybe like a minute clip, but I've not seen it in full. But
I bet you I have seen.
I would love to watch.
I have seen Atlantic Rim.
Atlantic Rim.
I think it's better than Pacific Rim too.
I think we should watch it. Like when we do like if we do that, we should watch it a lot of like remakes and just see like because there's like
CGI.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's rough. It's like
But also it's like
Sharktopus and stuff.
Well, it's like it's literally just describing the concept of the Chip and Dale movie, where they basically modify them just a little bit, and they put them in and they make them really crappy like films, but they're spoofing them and they can make just as much amount of money.
Yeah, for sure.
That's so brilliant in that movie that they did.
Yeah, I love Chip and Dale's Adventure. It's a super fun movie. I will say before we move on, I'd like to hit the viewers with a little ad.
Get mad.
Here's an ad.
Click.
Hey, welcome to the ad corner, the funny little ad break corner.
Ad break.
We just want to start off by thanking Nosy College of Arts and Create Zion. We want to also thank Dorian, or Shot by Dorian.
And we also want to thank you guys.
Yeah.
You guys have been doing really well, blowing us up, sharing your support, sharing your love, giving us ideas for new episodes. We just really thank you guys, and keep it up. Please, please, please.
Yeah, our number one viewers, Ruth and Mrs. Ford.
Mrs.
Ford. Oh.
But yeah, just keep it up, guys.
We're going to have our own episode one day.
We should have, like, that'd be cool.
It'd be so much fun.
To have, like, if we hit 100, we just get, like, some fans on the episode.
Yeah, for sure.
I think,
I think your mom being on the episode would be really funny.
She'd be like, what are we talking about? Like, Mom, we're talking about films.
And then also we do want to thank you guys just for coming and listening and getting this far into the episode. And if you feel so inclined, please go follow both of us on Instagram. Should be in the links in the description below.
Links in the description. All right, guys. See you next time.
See ya.
Bye-bye. Thank you to those gentlemen in the ad break.
Those cool guys.
Those are so cool guys. They probably have like mansions and helicopters and like
I don't think they do.
10 wives.
No, they seem 10 wives. I don't think that's real.
You just think they live in a basement?
I don't even think that. I think they might live in some overpriced apartments, maybe.
A little overpriced. Not too bad. Very supple apartments.
Supple?
Is that not a word?
That's not a word I would use to describe the apartments.
I just was trying to be super vocal about vocabulary.
Trying
to be smart. But yeah.
Expound on your vocabulary.
So I want to talk about the new... So like I feel like Pacific Rim kind of like ended the 210s. I know it came out in 2013, but I feel like it ended like the era of like just nameless monsters. And so they came back, and 60 years later, we got Godzilla 2014 America, like a good version. This one did get the rights from Japan.
Yeah.
To make a movie.
And we've kept the rights until Godzilla versus King Kong, the newest one. That's where our rights went away.
Yeah, but it was a really cool like this one's good. I'd say like this one because
they made the perfect Godzilla.
They made Godzilla
stumpy and huge and a hero.
He kind of thick.
He's kind of thick. He got them elephant trunk legs.
He'd be underwater for like 50 years, kind of like just eating like coral. Of course, you're gonna get a little big, like.
Yeah, I mean, he literally feeds off the radiation in the temples that are under in the Hollow Earth. Which I like that whole idea.
I like that he's not mutated. That he's already like a sea god.
Yeah, he just feeds off of radiation.
But he awakens when they test the nukes out, which gets brought up in an Easter egg in the next movie. But he attacks like a ship, and then they realize that he exists, and they create Monarch, which is so cool because it's like a universe inside a universe where they try to build like the monster movies.
Yeah, and it also like the MonsterVerse itself is just really fun.
The MonsterVerse.
I love that like also other kaijus are like really heavily anticipated
because the Mutos are the villain in these movies.
So we have the Muto, and they fight them, and the Mutos are actually Muto Primes and the Mutos.
Because the Muto Prime is the male, or no?
No. There's no Muto Prime in this one.
Well, there's two Mutos. There's a female one and then there's a male one.
So those are regular Mutos. Muto Primes are like specially engineered ones.
I think those ones were in the other movie, they're like underneath like Area 51 because they have like some of them already captured.
They may be. I haven't seen that. I think the only time I've seen Muto Primes are in the comics.
Okay.
They've got like rock armor and they can like do specific, but Mutos specifically are made to feed on Godzilla's.
I do like that
they're predatory.
This movie's kind of a twist. Like one great cast: Aaron Taylor Johnson, Bryan Cranston of Breaking Bad fame, Elizabeth Olsen, and Ken Watanabe. It made a pretty good severe amount of money, but like I think just the star power. One though, we were a little bit tricked out. Two things. We were tricked out by two things. One, spoiler, they think they're going to Japan and they think it's Godzilla, right? Because the scientist by Bryan Cranston's character is in Japan, and like 10 years ago, like takes his wife or something, like in a science experiment, and
Yeah.
he thinks it's Godzilla. But 10 years later, when they try to reawaken or just suck up power, it's a Muto, and you're like, wait, what? This whole time I've been waiting for Godzilla. And
Yeah, and it's pretty cool because the Mutos are, like I said, they're a species that literally are predatory towards Godzillas. So the fact that that the G-Man himself hopped up on radiation could take down 2 was really fun. It was a hard fought battle.
I also like that. I think this one also, like, I feel like in the other ones we have a little bit of a problem where it's like we don't get enough good, like, listen, I know we want to see the monsters fight, but I also feel like the story needs to be well thought out. So
I'm cool with it not being thought out. I mean, like the Godzilla versus King Kong, the newest one.
That's fine.
The story is
it's
lackluster.
It's very not good.
But
like, it gets us to like a cool fight scene.
We got daytime monster fight scenes, so it's a step up.
I think I'm just very like critique. My big thing about anything is stories, and I'll always nitpick that a bit. But like this one, I can say like if someone does like critique me on it, they'll probably say this one's a little boring because they focus too much on the humans. But I think some of the best scenes in this movie are like when he fights the Mutos and he has like the beam. When they call it the halo fall, when they jump out of the plane, it's just the flares lighting them. That's scary because there's like thunder, and then you just see like that's scary.
Yeah, I love that one. It's pretty much as close to a horror movie as you're ever gonna get
With the monsters.
Yeah. I really like that it kind of puts us into the monster verse and lets us see that there are other cool kaiju. I mean, like I said, from Godzilla versus King Kong. No, I take that back. From Ghidorah versus Godzilla.
It sets up some pretty cool stuff.
It introduces us to a lot of the major titans that are in the series. So Behemoth, Skrillex,
the rapper.
Yeah, that's the scorpion squid thing.
Because they showed a lot of them in the movie at the end.
Yeah, there's a Muto Queen that bows to Godzilla, which is weird. That's rare.
Well, because he's the king. He killed Ghidorah.
Rodan.
Rodan was scary, bro.
Yeah, I love Rodan. I'm trying to think of who else it did it show. Rodan.
Kong.
It didn't show Kong.
Because he had a movie before where I'm going to talk about Kong Skull Island. My favorite, by the way, of the... I'm trying to move the mic back because I'm going to get excited. My favorite of the MonsterVerse films. There's 4 to date right now of the MonsterVerse, like, technically, as the 2010s. This one's my favorite because it takes place in the 70s, which I love, or the 60s, like 60s, 70s. Has really good visuals and cinematography. Kong is super agile in this one. He's like a warrior. And also, like, Skull Island is cool to be seen as, like, it's threatening, but, like, it's beautiful. And the other one, it's just scary. Like in the 2005 one.
Oh, also, we see Mothra, which is awesome.
Yep,
Seeing that in Ghidorah versus Ghidorah.
Ghidorah's in it. I like that Kong Skull Island, like, it felt separate. Like, Godzilla felt separate, even though it included the Mutos. And then Kong Skull Island felt separate, even though it included, like, some bigger beasts, like the skull crawlers. But then, at the end credit scene, they show Godzilla and Ghidorah and Rodan and Mothra. And so, in the next movie, which is the flipping page.
Flip of the page. And it's it's Skrilla is the name of the female one.
What is she? Is she the Mothra thing?
She's here. I'll show you.
Show me a picture.
That is Skrilla. She's the one that comes out of the oil mining and stuff. Her legs come out. And then also I think what is it? It's Mathura. I think it's the name of the mountain one, Mathura.
He's cool. Yeah.
Behemoth, a Muto, of course, the Muto Queen, and then Rodan, all the other ones. Yeah, so that's all of them. But
so we see those ones in the third one, King of the Monsters. I think King of the Monsters has the most like polarizing like reviews.
I love King of the Monsters.
I like it. There's a lot of people who don't like it, and I can see why.
The story's not great.
No, the story is like kind of convoluted because it's like this woman cares about the monsters.
Yeah.
But she wants to release, like, she has a thing to control the monsters, and yet she works with terrorists to destroy the world and have a visual thing. And then she's like, oh no, why are they destroying the world? It's like,
yeah.
Well, they also, I think they were just going to do like one civilization at a time until they kind of like dip down in population. But then Ghidorah is an alien from like space.
Yeah, so.
Is that like canon?
Yeah, it's canon in the movie.
Okay.
So Ghidorah is the false king of monsters. He is a complete alien who goes from world to world conquering. He is an all-powerful kaiju.
Wings,
he's huge.
Heads, lightning bolts.
All 3 heads are sentient on their own. They all have their own personalities, which is awesome. We see that all through the movie.
Yep.
Ghidorah is one of my favorite kaijus personally. But seeing him in the movie was awesome.
The meme.
What meme?
The 2019 thing brought the meme. It's where it's like serious head, goofy head.
Oh, Kevin.
Sure.
That's what the fan base named that head.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's so that movie kind of brought the meme into fruition. So good for them. But I don't know. I feel like I think it's my second favorite one or like third favorite. But I don't think it deserves the hate it got. Like, it's a cool movie. Probably the best shot one.
I want to see somebody else do better.
I do think that the problem was that whenever there was like a fight scene between the monsters, sometimes they would cut to the humans to see the reaction.
Yeah, that was rough.
And we'd be like, we don't need to see that. I get you're trying to save budget and it's expensive, especially when Godzilla goes like full nuclear, like goes like radioactive.
Yeah, so when he does his what is it? It's called
Overload?
No, it's a gamma burst.
He goes red.
Radiation burst. Yeah, so he turns into blazing Godzilla.
And he basically like he was able to blow away Ghidorah with just like,
which is crazy. Healing factor was nuts.
Yeah, because he'd heal and they'd eat it, and you could see him like, eat the head.
Yeah, and then he used his atomic breath to finish him off.
But it's not the last we see of Ghidorah because
no,
his skull at least is in the new one.
Yeah.
Okay, I will say this: the time jump was weird in Godzilla vs. Kong. I get that, and for King of the Monsters, it was like maybe 2 years or 3 years, and then for Kong, it was like 50 years, which is fine. But
I don't think it was a crazy amount.
I don't think it's bad. I think it's just like there's so many new characters you introduced us to.
Well, the newest one, that's not like from Godzilla King of Monsters to.
It's like 2-3 years.
Yeah, it's not that bad of a jump.
It's fine. It's just there's so many like retcons and new characters because you have to like explain the girl from the village to the Kong, which that one was probably fine. It was easy enough to be like she was the last one of her tribe. They have a relationship.
They also, I think they did a pretty good job of scaling up King Kong in the lore.
I'm glad that they kind of made him. Like they had to give him something to also make him like equal to Godzilla, because like in a normal fight, why couldn't he just blow up radiation, kill him?
Yeah, so now he has like the axe. The axe can absorb the radiation, which means he won't be killed by it.
Yeah, and then the twist that like, because they take it from the other movie, is that the scientist has a Mechagodzilla pretend to be Godzilla. And
that's being controlled by
Ghidorah's skull, and it's like
it's
a conscious link thing, and then Ghidorah itself takes over the Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, which is super fun. I like Mechagodzilla's look in this movie.
I also like that.
I would have liked if he was a bit more blocky, but that's okay.
That's fair, because wasn't he very like he could like flip like 360 around.
Yeah, he was more agile than King Kong.
Kind of more like an iguana.
I think they did a good job. His snout looks a little weird. I would have liked if they changed it just a bit.
They didn't. I mean, I like that they didn't just go like full copy, and then they made it unique. It was a cool fight scene though. It was really cool. I like
for sure.
And I like that Godzilla won. I like that, even though it wasn't like a truce.
No.
It was a truce, but he didn't want to say.
Technically speaking,
come on.
They both win in the movie.
They both win.
They both win a fight in the movie.
But then they give like he gives the look, and King Kong's like, "I'm going back to my island."
Well, actually, I think what they're gonna do, isn't it, that they're
because they don't
because King Kong is the new King of Monsters.
No.
Yeah, I think that's Godzilla's resignation because they lost the rights to him. That's why they had King Kong win.
Oh wait, they lost the rights?
Yeah, that's the end of the rights usage for Godzilla. Was that movie?
So now King Kong has to be the King of the Monsters.
Yeah, so I think that's what they're setting up. But the interesting thing is I don't know how they're going to bring back Mothra because
Mothra died.
Well, yeah, but Mothra comes back always. So what Mothra does is when she dies, all that particle stuff that she put all over him to heal him, that is actually it's like a pollination for her. She'll turn into an egg again, and then a larva. She can't die.
Honestly,
that's like our whole thing.
They should just make some one-offers and make like, because I mean, listen, they had a big jump from. They showed us kind of like the 70s and Monarch being a situation where it was basically just Kong and Godzilla, kind of. So why don't they just do like either prequel movies or like a show that explains them taking all the other monsters? Because they already have them in captivity.
So something interesting is they have It's Monster X, I think is what they call it, and that's theorized to be Destroya.
Isn't that? Oh, I thought that was Ghidorah.
No, he's Monster Zero. Yeah. So Monster X, I think it's what it's called at least. Mm-hmm. They're theorizing that that's going to be Destroya, and he's going to come and wreck house.
Is that like as strong as Ghidorah? Like,
he's stronger. Every time that Destroya's ever been on film, he's killed Godzilla easily.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's rough. I don't know. It's going to be a whole interesting thing. I can't wait to see where that whole franchise goes.
Are we talking about another franchise?
Cool.
This is a Sneaky Link bonus.
Sneaky Link?
Franchise.
I'm listening.
Power Rangers, let's go. Because they're kaijus and the monsters and they grow big.
I don't like Power Rangers.
The 90s one and the 2017 one. Let's go.
What if we talked about...
Ivan Ooze.
What if we talked about...
Goldar.
What's it called?
I'm done.
Path of the Titans or whatever it is.
Clash of the Titans?
Clash of the Titans.
So you know that's actually 2 movies. We talked about it before in the other one. Stop motion.
I'm talking about the newest one with that proper kaiju monster.
CGI Kraken.
Looked dope.
Yeah.
It still holds up surprisingly. So does the scorpions, which are technically kaijus.
Because they're big.
They're huge. Yeah.
There's actually, this has nothing to do with it, but sorry. There is a technically kaiju. It was in the Wikipedia for kaiju. Trolls, the Netflix movie, is coming out in December. It looks really cool. But this technically kaiju. I saw a trailer for it like a couple months ago.
I know Troll Hunters is on Netflix.
Yeah, but this one's just called Trolls. But yeah, no. Clash of the Titans is a cool movie.
I love Clash of the Titans.
I like it. I'm not a big fan. Like, I wouldn't say it's a good movie, but I like it enough. I like that Liam Neeson's in the movie, and he's way too shiny. But it's cool.
So Troll Hunters was a movie that came out that's on Netflix, I'm pretty sure. Mm-hmm. It's not the best movie ever, but the trolls in it are massive. Like, this is the biggest troll in the movie, I think. He's like, they hate like Christians and stuff.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, they're like proper trolls.
That's bigger than in trolls. They're like maybe like 30 feet tall, but like, or maybe like 20 something. But they're big. Like, they're technically classified as kaiju. But yeah, I don't know. I was just suggesting. But Clash of Titans is a cool movie. If you haven't seen it, at least go see it one time. It's cool. I like the Greek era of films and like. There's so many like things to do in the mythos.
For sure. I mean, I think all of that is really fun.
But actually, kaiju. It's about Rampage. You know about Rampage?
Yeah, I love Rampage.
It's a game first.
Oh,
right?
I see the troll. Yeah, I see Troll.
That looks
dope.
That's big. What the heck?
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be like the size of a mountain.
Giant stone giants.
Interesting.
But yeah. So you know Rampage, right?
Yeah, I know Rampage. It's based off of the video game Rampage.
I think so. Okay. Same name.
It is based off of the video game.
So, honestly, I was so lost about this because it just felt the same as, like, The Rock playing the same character.
Yeah.
Because it was, like, when I saw Rampage, I was like, is this Jumanji and San
Jumanji, and yeah, that's exactly how I would describe it. I love Rampage.
I love The Rock, too.
Yeah, he's good and everything.
Rampage is cool, though, because, like, one...
It's weird that it's based off of an old arcade game.
Yeah, those don't normally like work out. Like Pixels was.
I think Pixels is the best one of the bunch there.
I will defend Pixels, and I was going to talk about that. Another film or podcast we can do is an Adam Sandler thing. Mm-hmm. Pixels. I will defend that movie. I don't care if you guys think it's bad. It's funny.
I enjoyed watching Pixels. I think it was done correctly. Like I said, I think Rampage is the opposite of Pixels.
Oh yeah, no, like Rampage, Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider's rough.
Mortal Kombat 2.
The original Mortal Kombat movie is not bad.
No. I love that's the best of them all. I think. I mean, I think the new one is good. Story wise, a little weak, but like it gives us like a lot more characters.
Yeah.
And, like it has more to do, like a lot more technology to do it in the 90s. But the second one is rough.
Rough.
I saw it and I was like, they didn't get the cast back for like half of it. It looks like a TV budget, and no offense to actually good TV shows. And it was just like the CGI is so dated.
It's all rough. I mean, it just sucks because they went way over and above and whatever. But
Rampage, I think Rampage is kind of cool.
It's fine. I mean, I like the mutated. They took the most basic story that they possibly could have.
Monsters grow big and they attack the city. Like,
I think. I don't know. It's an interesting movie. It's a fun watch, but
the opening scene is actually kind of probably like one of the coolest.
I'd rather watch Godzilla.
I'd rather watch any other movie on this list.
I'd rather watch Pacific Rim 2.
That's
the next saying one. Something. I hope not.
Pacific Rim Uprising.
It sucks. Move next.
Nope. Because that's the last one.
Oh, well, it's bad.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Why is it bad?
They made the monsters really dumb. They retconned a bunch of things.
They made a super monster.
They made a super monster out of nano monsters.
Which is not what they're supposed to do. They made the Pacific Rim robots too fluid, I feel like.
Yeah, I think so as well. The kind of charm that the original ones had were that they were super clunky.
Because it's like
they have to be heavy. I mean,
you just have to build them. It's like I get like you have new technology and stuff, but having them be like super fluid and like human activity.
Mm-hmm. I also hated the like young rookies.
Like I get that's the point.
Yeah.
But like is there only one like Kaiju or Jaeger with like veteran pilots? Like what?
Yeah, there's only the one, and then also
they also have the small.
Yeah,
Jaegers.
The little rumble guy. That's
no,
fine.
I don't like the other ones. They're like literally just like prototype. Like
the white, like complete white ones.
The ones that get infected.
Yeah, I hated that they got infected. That's so dumb.
I think the mystery of like basically the Gypsy Danger copy, like the black one that was piloted by the brain. That was a cool concept, but they didn't do anything with it.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was with like being excited about it. But
also I feel like they just didn't do well with the characters. They try to build like depth, being like, oh, he's the son of Idris Elba's character. And I was like, that's just not enough to go off of. But I guess that's like a good start.
Also, I don't know why that would make him a good pilot. I mean, I know it's a lot of genetic stuff goes into it.
So the backstory, because they didn't show any flashbacks.
Yeah.
Said he was in the academy and was doing stuff with Jaegers because it was a big like time jump in the first one. But he got thrown out for like insubordination.
Yeah, I just hate the movie in general. It makes me upset because I was so excited.
I was so upset that they didn't get the main guy back. But honestly, good for him that he didn't come back for that one.
I was so excited for the movie.
I hated the twist, bro. The guy, Charlie Day's character,
I didn't...
Because he was a hero, kind of.
Yeah, it didn't... I didn't understand, because then wouldn't he have, in the first movie, right, he would have sabotaged the final mission.
Yeah.
And he actually... directly made
he was a subplot.
The wing one die, right? He told them to he was like, you're gonna go up in the atmosphere, you're gonna do this and this, you're gonna have to use your sword. His whole thing in the other movie was he was a subplot to defeat them. He's literally the hero.
I guess they were trying to like be like, well, how can we make this work? Like he said
they tried to do a Two-Face
because they were like, he likes the kaiju a lot, he's fascinated by them, that means he's a villain. And I'm like,
no, definitely. I think maybe if this movie would have been better, I think, if they fixed our robots, obviously, and made them slower. If they made the weapons way less weird.
No rookies.
No rookies.
Maybe just the girl.
Maybe have the team of rookies, like maybe a veteran with a rookie would be fine again, which is a totally fine plot.
Because I didn't mind the girl, whoever like the actress is.
I would have liked the chick from the first movie, because they couldn't have gotten the original dude back.
The chick she was there.
I know. I would have liked her with the rookie.
Oh,
and then they have to pilot.
Not her just being like the new general.
Make it to where the actual mechs and stuff we don't have a reason to fund them anymore, so we only have like 2 or 3.
Well, that's what they were doing for the first one. The first one was like, you guys lost funding. Here's all you got.
If they win, they don't need to fund them anymore. But now they've gotten so much funding that they have multiple pilots.
Because also like I get like what was the point there? They basically said
I don't know,
because it's like. I get they were like they might come back, but you need that much funding. Like
that's what I'm saying.
It was like 10 years.
You also had 5 of them, and they stopped the entire invasion.
And they have like 20.
I think it would have been cool if they just did a huge because they did a huge time skip. It was 10 years.
It was 10 years.
They could have done 15. Had it only be like 4 or 5 functional.
Because I mean, all it was. I mean, there were like only like 5 to 6 main ones, and then the smaller ones. But still,
I mean. But they have 5 of those. It's the same kind of plot, except we have our female pilot walk this young girl through the world of drifting and all that stuff, just like we did in the first one.
That would have been a good, also like representative, like female strong like movie.
Yeah.
And instead they were like,
and then
the female character who is supposed to be represented, is kind of like the triangle love interest, but they don't go anything with it.
And I would have liked to also see, instead of him being a villain straight up at the beginning, we have to see him grapple with trying to.
It was like kind of a twist.
I would have genuinely rather it be he is slowly devolving and we get to see that happen.
Yeah.
Or we get like context or something and he's just like losing his grip because he was literally the same dude but evil now. Like it's just not fun.
It was just like I've always been evil. It's like no, you weren't.
Yeah.
I don't know this. Okay, how would you? I don't know what I said. This leave it on this for the episode.
Yeah.
What would be your ideal? If you could make a kaiju movie, you were given the budget. What would be the premise and the characters, like the monsters?
Pacific Rim.
A third one?
No, just the first one.
Again.
If I had to make a kaiju movie, I think Pacific Rim would be what I'd want to make.
I'll make the Indian Ocean Rim because they already have Atlantic Rim.
Yeah, I'd make the
Nile River, the Michigan Lakes.
The Dead Sea Rim.
Michigan Lake Rim. There you go.
Yeah.
They're like 10-foot tall robots.
I'd be cool with that.
You're welcome. Michigan, go make that movie.
Another one is like Real Steel maybe, but make the robots sentient.
I want to see Real Steel 2. They aren't like... I get that like the movie was kind of...
They're not huge robots, but like...
They're big enough. They're like 20-something feet tall.
Yeah, I would have liked if like Pacific Rim size robots were in the same plot but Real Steel and they were sentient. That'd be kind of cool. I love whenever robots are sentient and they fight for like rights. That's always
like
fun.
The
so
Iron Giant kind of.
No, like Omnics and stuff in like Overwatch, where they're like, well, they actually have like protests and like they're humans but robots.
I guess I would want a movie where kind of like take the thing from Captain Marvel but good, where the Skrulls are actually good guys. So kind of like Avatar, where like but like with kaijus and stuff, where it's like they send a Jaeger pilot, like kind of maybe Pacific Rim universe. He goes through the bridge. And he goes to try like take him out, but he's like he knows for sure like he's hunting him down and he gets captured.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe even like Last Samurai style, and then he's like they find out it's like, listen, bro, we're just trying to survive. Like we didn't ask for this this portal to be mended here. Sure, there's some bad guys on our side, but we don't speak for everyone. And then it's like all out war. And then they find peace, and the bad guys kill each other.
Peace. I would have rather just not Pacific Rim 2, I think, is the moral of this story. Don't make Pacific Rim 2.
Let's just forget Pacific Rim 2 exists, besides me owning the DVD.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's an awesome place to leave off the podcast.
So what we're saying is more MonsterVerse,
yeah,
less Pacific Rim 2, and go watch the movies.
Yeah, go watch the movies.
But thank you guys for listening to us today. We don't know what we're doing next week. We got an idea book, but
I've got an idea. I'd like to do like emotional movies or something.
Like rom-coms? Or no, you mean like
it can be. 5 Feet Apart's great.
I say we actually get real rom-coms. Like
okay, I'm
I
down.
feel like rom-coms would be different. Like
rom-coms are one of my favorite type of movie.
What are rom-coms?
I'm down. Yeah.
Rom-coms and emotional love stories. We'll say that.
Yeah, I need to watch Warm Bodies.
What's that?
It's a zombie love movie.
I feel like I've heard of it.
You probably have.
But next week we'll get to those. But thank you guys so much for this one. I'm Cooper.
I'm Christian.
This has been the podcast. Signing off.
Get out of here.